Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for joining today's edition of Leadership Table. My name is Mayokun Adeoti, Regional Coordinator, Yali Regional Leadership Center, Alumni Chapter of Nigeria, North Central Region. It is my pleasure to anchor today's event of Leadership Table, our weekly Fireside chat with young leaders around the world, where we get to check on our colleagues and get to hear their stories, get to hear what they are doing, how they are faring in their chosen calling, wherever they may be. And as a matter of fact, this is our 10th edition of the event. This is our 10th edition of the event, and I'm excited to be having this chat with my friend, the one and only Umar Mohammed Galadima. My brother and friend, my buddy, you're highly welcome to today's event.
Thank you, Mayokun. It's my pleasure.
All right, so Umar, where are you joining us from today?
I'm in the Northeast.
Okay, Northeast. Which of the states in the Northeast?
I'm in Adamawa State. I'm in Yola currently.
Okay, Yola, Adamawa State. Wow. Yes. How is the security situation over there, bro?
Yola has been moderate comparative with other northeastern states and maybe northwestern state equally. Yola has been very moderate, and I think it's even safer than Kaduna now.
Oh, awesome. Because I know that one of the things you actually do is keeping schools safe. In Nigeria today, we have been having series of insecurity, kidnapping by bandits, things that are just so scary. And you are one of those people who are working hard to ensure that there is safety in Nigeria today, okay? Especially in our schools. And it is our pleasure to be having this conversation with you, because today you are going to be sharing with us some of your journey in making sure that we have safer schools in Nigeria. So once again, you are highly welcome. And I would like to start by asking you to share with us your experience as a Yali RLC fellow. I remember in the year 2019, you and I, we met in Accra. We actually met in Lagos and we went to Accra together. And as a matter of fact, we ended up in the same room, okay, during the alumni homecoming. So you're my brother, you're my buddy, you're my roomie, you're my everything, so we have had really close encounters together. And so I would like you to share with us today your experience so far as a Yali fellow. How has it impacted your life?
Well, thank you very much. I think my life would have been incomplete if I didn't have the opportunity to join the fellowship. Because to me, I call the fellowship entirely as a turning point. Mayokun, you believe with me that young people in Nigeria that are out of Yali fellowship are doing a lot, and that they are making a lot of impact at various crannies of this country. But sometimes we need people to mentor us, to reshape what we are doing and to put it together and give us a better direction. And for me, this is my primary a place where I can call home, because Yali has done that to my life and it has changed so many things. Before I joined the fellowship, I happens to be one of the young people pushing for education across the country, the right to education for every child, pushing for peace and security everywhere, because we have seen it all and we know what education can do in terms of cushioning the effect of let's say, violence within our communities. So joining Yali Fellowship came to me like a long-awaited day, because the day I decided to join the fellowship, I was a youth ambassador with the Commonwealth Youth Council. We were the pioneer people that work with the Commonwealth Youth Council. I met a lot of young leaders across the globe within the 50 plus Commonwealth countries that are doing different things in different dimensions. But what inspired me most is the pioneer chairperson of the Commonwealth Youth Council, who happens to be a Mandela Washington Fellow that we were not aware of, because as of then, we don't even know what Mandela Washington Fellowship is. They were part of the people that joined the cohort 1, and he's among the young people who secure scholarship and find himself in London as a student, who established the Commonwealth Youth Council with the blessings of Her Majesty, the Queen of England, Queen Elizabeth. So I was opportune to work with him because he was able to sample young people doing a lot of things across Nigeria to work with him. And we were honored to be given youth ambassadorship with the blessings of Her Majesty, the Queen of England. So we have been doing a lot of things. My own area of specialization then was Northeast. I was doing a lot of things within the Northeast, even before the Boko Haram issue escalates to other Northeastern states, specifically in Adamawa. And I was given the youth ambassador for the Commonwealth Youth Council. They have a project called the Youth Campaign Against Election Violence, YCAVE, sponsored by Her Majesty from the Commonwealth Fund. We were able to organize a lot of peace accords, including that of President Buhari and former President Goodluck Jonathan, to call them on a table to ask them to sign a peace accord, and which they did, and we have a peaceful election for the first time, courtesy of the former President Goodluck Jonathan, for conceding defeat at early hour and for congratulating the incumbent President Muhammad Buhari. Kudos to President Goodluck Jonathan. He has been a man of peace, and we really appreciate that effort. Without doing that, I don't know where we'll be by now, because the tension then was very much in the country, and that it requires men of honor and caliber to take those kind of decisions to serve the country. We really appreciate what they have done. So that gives me a lot of privileges. And joining the alley for the first time, I have been a civil servant and a volunteer at various stages. I have been consultant with various organizations in terms of education programming. But after joining the fellowship, upon my return, I was given privilege to work on the DFID program called the NG2, which I got the job advertisement through the Yali Fellowship Group, which many people have not known that for long until today. My work at Mexico, I was privileged to get the advert through the group from one of the staff who decided to share some of the adverts on the Yali platform. I applied like every other person, and then I was invited for the interview. Till the day I got in the job, till the day I started my job, I could not identify who is that person that advertised the job on our yearly platform, until the day we are doing introduction to my former colleagues at Mexico. I now realize that there is a young lady who always laughs at me when she sees me coming to our office. And she kept on asking me that question, "Are you Umar?" I say, "Yes." She said, "Do you know me?" I say, "I don't know you." And then the usual answer used to be, "I don't know you." And that's how the conversation will be terminated. Until one day I saw her at the Yali face-to-face Abuja attending the meeting. So I came to the conclusion that this is the lady that advertised the job I have gotten through the Yali platform. So that has been a turning point to my life. And today, that has created a lot of opportunities to me to work in the midst of various organizations, including UNESCO and World Bank as a consultant. That has been a very great thing for me. And I will not hesitate to ensure that every young person around me and future generation upcoming have utilized this opportunity, and I'm willing to create that avenue all the time. Thank
Wow,
you.
thank you so much for that. it's really, really exciting to learn that the Yali Fellowship platform has really spurred your growth as an individual and as a leader. Now, with your experience in educational programs, how would you describe Nigeria's problem on education, and how do you think it can be solved?
Okay, so all the time, being an education career person from secondary school, because I attended one of the former teachers' college in northern Nigeria called the present day Bariwa College. And from that, I jumped into Federal College of Education, Zaria, and then to Ahmadu Bello University, Zaria, all pushing my education career and education core. I equally jumped to my MSc based on education. My life has been education all through, and I'm very proud of that. Education problems in Nigeria are many, and I like to be specific sometimes when we are facing the problems. If you remember in recent times before, in the last 2 decades, our problem is quality of education, our problem is quality of teacher, our problems are facilities in teaching and learning. But so far so good, we have been putting a lot of efforts to ensure that we are competing with other developing countries across the globe in bridging the gap in education. But unfortunately, another factor came in the popular school abduction, starting with that of Chibok girls in 2014 to date, which has been a growing problem within our educational sector. So allow me to restrict myself to the current biggest threat to education and the challenges to educational problems in Nigeria, which is the school abduction. I don't want to jump into issues of teaching and learning, curricula, teachers' quality, teachers' capacity, facilities, and what have you. For school abduction, I think one of the problems we have as a citizen is when we are demanding for our right from the government. We don't used to make it directional and specific to target. For instance, now in 2014, I'm part of parcel of the people that joined hand to bring back to bring on the Bring Back Our Girls campaign. We started it from the scratch to date. During the struggle along the line, the struggle was established by young people and various people working from various sectors. But to my surprise, it was later being coordinated by elderly people which we believe in their leadership, like the former Minister of Education, Madam Obi Ezekwesili, and the present Managing Director of the Nigerian Port Authority, Hadiza Bala Usman. We were the pioneers, leaders of the Bring Back Our Girls. Our own major objective and goal was not sustainable driven. We were just demanding for the girls to return. We were just demanding, asking the government to return the girls. But we were not looking at protecting other girls in other schools. That goal that we have been pursuing has been a very good goal, but instead of redefining many objectives under it, we restrict ourselves that all government in power must bring back the girls. Along the line, all the time that we were opportune to attend the sit-out meetings in Abuja at Transcorp Hilton, I keep on raising alarm. I all agree with them that we need to bring back our girls. But what will happen to the future of other girls that are vulnerable to school abduction? What will happen to other children? We know that all schools in Nigeria are not secured and nobody can give you that guarantee. What are we doing? I think the usual answer I used to get from them is that we can keep quiet for now and ask for the return of Chibok girls. When Chibok girls are back, then we should start thinking on how to go further and asking government to ensure that schools are safe. After that, I think in 2018, during the fellowship, when I attended the fellowship at Accra, at various cases, I belong to the public policy management track, and there were various cases that were brought to our class, especially during public policy classes or managerial classes, to bring up a topic that we can thoroughly diagnose to pave out solutions for various African problems. problems. And my focus then was education. Even when I was opportune to attend the inter group presentation or competition at the RLC, being one of the group leaders, our presentation was I was able to negotiate with my members of my team to focus on education and safety of children in school. That has been my focus. Upon our return back to Nigeria in May 2018, we were meant to conduct a community service as part of our research after the fellowship, which almost all of us have done that. I deliberately decided to choose to conduct a safe school conference with the government so that I can bring a lot of stakeholders, including members of the Bring Back Our Girls campaign under the same roof, to provide a sustainable solution to school abduction in Nigeria and to see how we can protect the future generation. At that time, I was not given the attention I needed because they think it was not necessary. All they think is to be asking questions, just like we've been asking the previous government to bring back those girls. Lately, something happened, and what really happened was I decided to conduct the mini conference in partnership with Yali Face to Face Yali Abuja. We invited few dignitaries, those that believe in what we are doing, and we were able to pave out solutions. We were able to draft a communique that reflects solution towards making schools safe, policies that need to be put in place, policies that we need to implement, policies that we need to abide by to ensure that children are safe. All that has not been yielding result at that moment. The communique was distributed to the office of the president, office of the minister of education. They couldn't do anything. In the content of the report, there were many specifics that were made that if care is not taken, the issue that we are facing in the northeast, issue of Boko Haram, may move to the north central from the northeast, because there are many people that believe in the Boko Haram ideology, even though they may share different tribe, different location, but they still believe in this ideology. And by the time that people will realize that holding student ransom can give them a listening ear to the government, this thing may escalate. And I was specific. I mentioned a lot of states that today kidnapping have taken place. Sometimes I'm even afraid if I'm mentioning this, because many people would think maybe I'm a man that so tomorrow or whatever they want to say, but it's happening today, and this is very unfortunate. This is very unfortunate. I wish at that time government pay attention to what we submitted to them as a report, and they have taken action upon what they are supposed to do at that very moment. That has been a very touching component of my education struggle, and till today we are still struggling with the government to do the right thing. I hope the upcoming Safe School Conference, International Safe School Declaration Conference coming in Nigeria will pave way for most of us to be able to discuss with the government and to bring solutions to drawing board, being the fact that most times government decide to listen to us when the international community's CCTV camera is on our head. I hope by that time we'll be able to agree with the government and do the right thing for the safety of children in school.
Wow, thank you so much, Umar. It's really nice to learn that you were one of the pioneer founders of the Bring Back Our Girls initiative, and you have actually been championing the cause of school safety for a large number of years. And I want to say that we at Yali, we are really proud of you, because we see the good work you are doing in championing safety in our schools. And we want to really wish you success in this endeavor. So please keep it up, bro.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Please share with us your journey and experience as the current executive secretary of Change Your World program at the John C. Maxwell School of Leadership in Nigeria.
Well, Well, many people would like to hear that story. Okay, so change your wall.
Hello. Is it just me, or do we have an issue with our special guest?
I can't hear him. So.
Okay. I think due to network, he must have dropped off from the call right now, but I'm sure it's going to join us any moment from now. So I want to say a big thank you to every one of us for being here with us today. Growth Council, Markfred Akachukwu, Rashidat Yusuf. Rashidat, it's nice to have you here again. Olasheni Kende Precious. Hey, Olasheni Kende, it's nice to have you join us here again today. And of course, we have Mansur Basheer also on the call. So we will just, please bear with us. Our special guest has just dropped off for a while. I'm sure it must be due to the network, and it will be with us again shortly. Shortly. So just hang on, guys. Let's just wait for a couple of minutes and wait for our special guest in the person of Umar Galadima to join the call again. Once again, you are all welcome. I'm sure you are having a great weekend. Here in the city of Abuja, it just finished raining, a very brief rain, but very heavy. So that's our reality in this place today. I know Rashidat is in Lagos. Am I right, Rashidat? And I know Olasheni Kende Precious is in Ile-Ife. Kende, am I right with that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you for joining us again. We have a new person who just joined, Mr. Rabi Abdul Wahab. Thank you for joining the call. We're actually having a very interesting chat with our guest, and then it dropped off suddenly. I'm sure it must be the network. Markfred Akachukwu, you want to say something? Say that again. All right, great. It's actually our pleasure having you join us today. So let's wait for Umar. But in the meantime, I think what we'll just do briefly before Umar gets back is I'll briefly create a breakout room. Okay, so I'll just create a breakout room, join the breakout room and get networking. Once Umar comes back, I'll bring us all back so that we can continue with the Fireside chat and then round up. Okay, so guys, Blessing EB, you are welcome. You guys will receive an invitation to a breakout room now. So this is, okay, I can see Umar in the waiting room. So we may not have to do the breakout room session right now. Okay, otherwise we'd have say, okay, let's go do some networking and then return back when he returns. But then I see he's back here with us. Welcome back, Umar.
Hello, Mayokun.
Hello, Umar. Welcome back.
Hello.
Hello, Umar. I think, okay. Umar, I still can't hear you. I don't know if anyone can hear me. If you can hear me, please drop a thumbs up in the chat room. Okay, I can see a thumbs up. That means you can hear me. This must be our speaker's network. It's off again. So I just created a breakout room. Guys, please join and network. Let's network for a few minutes, okay? Let's network for a few minutes and then join the call back.
Hello, Mayokun.
Okay, Umar is back.
Hello, Mayokun.
Hello, Umar. Can you hear me clearly now?
Yeah, yes, I can hear you loud and clear. Sorry, I got internet interruption.
Yeah, we understand. It's one of those things. You're highly welcome back. We've had we have some new participants who joined, and one of them just messaged me privately. She said, I joined because I was intrigued by the speaker's profile. So definitely you are someone with an intriguing and exciting and interesting profile. Okay, so that's why we are so much interested in your story today. So, Umar,
yes, sir.
Over again to my question. Share with us your journey and experience as the current executive secretary of Change Your World program at the Johnson Maxwell School of Leadership in Nigeria.
Yeah, just like I said earlier, for those that are joining us now, Change Your World project is an initiative of John C. Maxwell. John C. Maxwell is a global expert in leadership and mentorship training, who think that there is need to document properly a content that will guide the leadership of people across board, specifically on the youth, to ensure that they have been given the right leadership training they require, so that they can be a better leaders of tomorrow. Not only leaders of tomorrow, but a better category of leaders of tomorrow. At Change Your World, I think just like every other organization, Change Your World is basically in Nigeria today, and they have their first country office in Northeast, focusing on building capacity of young people to take the mantle of leadership in a very qualitative and ethical manner, which is one of the gaps we have in the youth leadership today. Being the executive secretary of Change Your World Leadership Institute under Mentors International is an opportunity. I think what I would like to say at this point is whatever you are doing, try to be honest and be specific in your career, because many people wanted to grab this opportunity when it came, and that which I'm one of them. And I think two things I have in common that differentiate me from other young people is keeping track record. Our current country director once said that it's not only having the qualifications that led you to leadership positions, because if it is qualification, many people have the qualifications, but keeping a track record in terms of leadership, there are many people that have been monitoring you over 10 years. in which kind of dimension of leadership? What did you support? What did you challenge? How do you criticize government? How do you support government? Those kind of things play a major role in giving you lifetime opportunity. And what you think of youth leadership, because most times we are not telling ourselves the truth out of fear, out of being misconceived by our peers. We try to conceal the truth. And most times I challenge young people who comes out to ask for participation in politics, especially leadership specific, contesting for offices and positions. I make some things very clear, which are till today, I still stand on that ground to say that as far as the Nigerian youth will be governed by politics of godfatherism, and they will equally be threatened by economic hardship and are continuously being dictated by the older generation, there will never be a political freedom, and our dream of not too young to run will come to pass without achieving it at our own age. And so also the generation incoming. These are my personal thoughts. People can beg to disagree with me, but these things has been established in order to take us out of the polity. On the lighter note, we at the youth wing, we equally need to play our own role, and that role have to be that we need to build our capacity to be equivalent to those positions that we wanted to occupy. Recently, something happened, and I gave example to it yesterday while I was having a meeting with my former colleagues. I said something that you can see that we've been clamoring for young people leadership, even in organizations. The young man, the current EFCC boss, nearly slumped from a stage while he was delivering a goodwill message. And that what came to my mind was he has been pressurized, or he has a lot of things on his table to clear, or he has seen it all from the beginning. So that may warrant a lot of psychological trauma, in which it requires a lot of experience to be able to contend that. And maybe he has been seeing this for the first time in his life. He has been in that position or in that office for 16 years. And maybe being the chairman now, he has seen what other leaders in the past who have been on that seat have passed through. And it has been very challenging to him, to a level that it nearly attracts public embarrassment to him. Is that we need to train our mind to be able to contend challenges that may come in our direction, either mentally, psychologically, intellectually. We have to look at that we are physically fit at all dimensions. I'm sure when they said former police officers, retired police officers, or police officers in service, I'm not sure about this. I'm sure it's police officers in service to lead positions in the Economic and Financial Crime Commission. I'm sure they have a reason for that. For somebody to sit down and just say that it must be a former police officer to occupy certain position, I think he is specific because they are trying to establish an organization. That organization means that beside having the intellectual capacity to occupy the position, you equally require the regimental and psychological strength to be able to occupy those seats. So bringing somebody from the EFCC cadet for the first time to occupy that position is telling us that for the first time, nearly to some extent, the youth has been represented, being the fact that this is the first time we're having a 40-year-old man occupying that position. Very soon, Nigerian youth will be able to occupy that position. It means that we have the necessary soft skills to occupy those positions. But what about the psychological strength? Are we looking at that as a criteria for leadership? Because
thank you very much.
I used to.
Thank you very much. And that actually going to lead to my next question, which is, how do you think the youth of Nigeria can contribute and impact this country positively?
Okay, the best way to contribute and impact this country positively is asking the right question and participating when the solution is needed. Because if we are not asking the right question, we will keep on remaining in our safe space and comfort of our homes, our mobile phones to chat whatever we want to chat and blame whoever we want to blame, not even knowing that we are safe to be blamed equally. For instance, now, I used to say something. Recently, something happened, and we don't like talking about it. Now that we are talking about leadership, let me make it open. I have seen a political transfer window have just opened recently in Nigerian politics. But when we are talking about leadership, most time our attention goes to politics instead of looking at leadership even as a class rep or as a class monitor. Okay, so let's leave it with the politics that we know. Somebody moved from party A to party B, and I was carefully watching. There were people that are angry with him in party A. Why is he leaving the party A to party B at this moment? He is a betrayer, he is this, he is that. While the same people that are insulting him from party B in the past are now the ones celebrating him for coming to party B. That is a common example with Nigeria today. We have forgotten the fact that it is not about which party you are coming from and which party you are going to. It is about who are you and what can you do. All political parties for me, they are the same. They are the same. We are just recycling criminals and good people from position A to position B. So if this is not being redefined as the focus of Nigerian youth, to start asking who are we, how capable are we, how serious are we, what experience do we have to occupy positions, I'm telling you, our dreams will be shattered and it will be dead on arrival. So this we have to be goal directive, objective specific to who is that person and what can he do. As far as we want to participate in leadership, we want to occupy the spaces like our counterparts and peers across the world, we have to be able to answer that question. And as long as we cannot answer that question, the older generation that we felt are behind the collapse of Nigeria today will continue to be in power until I don't want to use the word revolution, until maybe the God decide to give us wisdom to do the right thing and take over the mantle of leadership in Nigeria.
Wow, thank you so much for providing these solutions. Now, Umar, being a consultant for the World Bank and the UNESCO is a big one. How did you come about this role? And what impact have you made in these positions?
Okay, so for let me start with UNESCO. So for UNESCO, just like I told you earlier, it's good to keep a track your records intact. I was contacted by a former colleague and my former supervisor that there was an advertisement for a position of consultant at UNESCO, and she wants us to work together towards it to apply and ensure that we deliver what is needed for the position. And I asked her to share the term of reference regarding to the position. She shared with me, and I look at it as something that me and her can join her and do it together. I told her, why not? We can go ahead and do this. And we just tried to call on volunteers to support us to do the work. Actually, the work was about data collection of COVID-19 dynamics and innovation put in place by different governments across the globe in trying to conduct a remote learning session for children due to school closure as a result of epidemic across the world. And that even before sending out questionnaire, we already know the situation in Nigeria, because part of the work we do on DFID, we try to inculcate education technology to ensure that we facilitated learning for out of school girls to have access to education, just like the in-school girls. And that we collect a lot of data from the 6 states with young people, volunteers, including members of the yearly fellowship we collected those data and we were able to sum it up and come out with our analysis to be able to give the UNESCO a proper narrative, which at the first instance, our report was accepted without a single correction on it, and to us, that is a plus. Then the second one is the World Bank. For World Bank, it was as a result of project we conducted with the DFID. We implemented the DFID in Nigeria, which is called the Engine 2 project. In Engine 2 project, we have done a lot of components because we have about 5 outputs running at the same time on the program. One of them is teaching and learning, which I was the one coordinating the output one, containing teaching and learning component. Then the output 2 containing business development plan and a business idea for young people to be able to support them economically so that they will not be distracted at every point in time while they were in school. And that was the component specific for World Bank to be able to support young girls and women across the 6 geopolitical zones in Nigeria. And we were recommended to handle that of the Northeast, which the program is currently ongoing, alongside of 4 federal ministries, Office of the Accountant General and the World Bank. And we were the one in charge of Gombe State. We were the one handling the business literacy component, or the financial literacy component of it. And that is what we are doing currently. We have just rounded up the first part of it, and very soon we are going to jump into the second component of it. And basically, we are looking at training young girls and women in a sustainable and value chain added process to their business plans to ensure that the startup capitals and the facilities being given to them by World Bank have yielded result at the end of the implementation of the program across the implementing communities in the state. That is what we are doing currently, and we are hoping to also join the other components being championed and headed by Federal Ministry of Education, which is the teaching and learning component. On the same beneficiaries, we are looking at improving their literacy and numeracy skills to ensure that they will be able to run businesses and maximize their profit and opportunities within their local communities.
Wow, thank you so much for that, Umar. You are really doing a lot at the same time. And it is evident that you have capacity and experience in different fields, such as human resource management, policy development, among others. Please share with us, how were you able to achieve such versatility, and how do you combine all your responsibilities effectively?
Okay, so Mayokun, for those of us in public policy and management track at the Yali Regional Center in Ghana, if you remember the courses we passed through by the lecturers, even some of them were from Harvard, as we were told by the RLC. We were invited all the way from Harvard to come and take us some of the courses. Human resource management, public finance management, and other courses surrounding policy and management. Those courses were very key, and to some extent, some of us did not even think or has never put it behind their mind that these courses that we are taking are going to take us somewhere in life, and they are going to support our career and future, unless we find ourselves in a hot seat. Okay, let me give you a little instance with my work at on Change Your World project with Mentors International. Recently, we were conducting a lot of job interviews, recruitment processes, budget designing, writing proposals, job description, many other things. I was just assuming, without hearing, what kind of contribution will I be able to provide at the moment? Because so far so good, our focus and direction has been maximizing staff capacity to ensure that we provide the necessary support for the development and coordination of our activity within within our office space. Those courses have really helped us, and we were able to make a lot of contributions, and we were able to establish a very good starting ground for our organization. Many people have asked me if I have been HR in some places. Many have asked me this question, if I have been finance manager somewhere. And it's all from our experiences, the class group activities we used to have, the presentations we used to have at the RLC are the things that are playing a major role in my life today, which I'm still very grateful to United States government and the RLC themselves for training us very well to be able to meet up our current challenges and other ones that will come in our future endeavors.
Wow, thank you so much, Umar. It has been a very enlightening and educating chat with you today. And I'm sure that
Thank you, sir.
participants can actually testify to all the learnings we have had from your wealth of knowledge and experience. I'll be taking one more question and then throwing the floor open for our participants. So please, guys, if you have any question for Umar Galadima today, feel free to raise up your hand, and then subsequently you will unmute yourself so that you can ask him the question. That will be happening immediately after this final question I have for Umar. Okay? So Umar.
Yes, sir.
What would you say is your most prized experience as a young leader trying to create a better world?
I think, his ability to negotiate. Because I realized that at all stages of life, if you don't develop a very good skills of negotiation, some opportunities will come and cross your table within a glimpse, and you cannot do anything about it. And that opportunity come only once. So, for instance, there were many grants that were made available by international donors. There were many opportunities. There were many funds that we can access. There are many opportunities that are tied to certain criteria, in which we all have these criteria, but our power to negotiate and dive our ways through it always been a challenge and a restriction to us. Many people will be surprised today to ask this question that there is an upcoming international conference, the fourth of its kind in the world, taking place in Nigeria, and many young people have not been invited to participate, not to even know what the conference is all about. I think the highest thing that is circulating at the moment is inviting young people across the globe to participate at the conference virtually. Beyond that, you don't hear any youth participation. They only want you to come as part of the audience. You don't even have right to ask them the content of the program, especially now that it's been led by Nigerian government. So I think sometimes we push ourselves to where we belong. On our own, hello?
Hello, we can hear you clearly.
All right, on our own, we decided to confront the Federal Ministry of Education that we have been doing a safe school project across Nigeria, and you even give us a recommendation letter that you justify that we are the people leading and championing safe school in Nigeria. But how comes that Nigeria is about to host the fourth international safe school declaration conference? We are not invited, we were never contacted. You are just doing it within yourselves. What really happened? The only thing that they told us is that as a government, it is our responsibility to come and meet them and ask them what they are doing. Then it is also our responsibility to tell them what we can do so that they will see how we can work together. So they have nothing against us. If I know many people that are willing to volunteer for the success of the conference, why not? I should invite many of them. I think a week after, I was called upon by the minister to be given a honorary letter identifying us as the young people championing safe school in Nigeria, and he has went through all that we have been doing from 2018 reports that we submitted to the ministry to date. and that he's looking forward in working with us in various capacities. So I think sometimes we fold our arms out of fear or out of whatever, I don't know how to call it, to say that we are not being invited and we are not going. I think it's not about you. You are nobody compared to Nigeria. Nigeria is bigger than any other person. It is you that need to go and contact Nigeria for what you can offer for Nigeria. You don't expect for Nigeria to start calling you to what you can offer to your country. Why is it that people all the time when they are contesting for leadership, they will go out in media, they will spend millions and billions, they will meet masses one-on-one, they will criticize government to tell them that they are capable of contesting and they are capable of taking the leadership mantra after this government because the government is failing. But people don't think it is also a responsibility for them to ask their country at what capacity they can contribute and support their own government. So I think we need to start asking those questions. There are many of us that the government is looking for us. They are seriously, because the government, let me be sincere with you, in terms of capacity, the government needs a lot of capacity building, especially with the ongoing global village. Many things have changed. These people that are managing government responsibilities are before computers. They really need the current generation to lead most of the activities that they are doing for a better result. But we think, and there's this notion that how much are they going to pay? If there is no money involved, nobody is willing to sacrifice. So these questions are things that we need to start asking ourselves. Are we really serious about the whole thing? Do we really want Nigeria to change, or we want to get rich by hook or by crook to continue impressing our peers, challenging them and oppressing them to show everybody that we are the one leading the parade at all capacity? I think this thing needs to change. It's not about us, it's about Nigeria, and let's keep on doing the best that we can to ensure that we have done the best that is needed at the moment.
Great. Thank you very much, Umar. It's been a great time chatting with you today. So now I'm throwing the floor open for participants to ask questions. And I can see Mansur Basheer. So Mansur, you have the floor. Please ask our special guest your question.
Hello, Mansur, can you speak louder?
Okay.
Hello? Yeah, I can hear you now.
Oh, okay. Thank you very much for this wonderful and informative. So I have a few questions for you.
Okay, go ahead.
How can I become like Umar? I mean, what I
How?
know, how can I be like Umar?
All right, Mansur. Hello, Mansur.
Yes.
Hello.
Are you listening, please?
Yes, go ahead with your question. I had the first one. How can you be like Umar?
Yes. You give so many advices, especially what you did on education, youth engagement, and other things. How did you get to this? That did you start something on your own, or how in any project you're working on that someone can be involved? Because currently
Okay.
I'm also working on education project funded by UNICEF.
I think, hello, Mansur. Sorry, let me not interrupt. I saw your message in the group. Are you the same person that sent that question?
I'm the same person.
Okay. So I think I have seen the question. I think let me respond to it. Mayokun, we wait for the other people to ask their question, or I can answer the questions one by one.
You can proceed one by one.
Oh, all right. So, Mansur, I don't hope anybody to be like me, because if I tell you the real me, this is not where I want to be. I want to be better than who I am today. My only prayer at the moment is whoever wants to take my footstep should be better than me. because being like me is still a failure. It means that I have not played my card very well. Besides being myself to where I am that many appreciate today, my biggest responsibility and my success will be crowned if there are many people that I train to be better than me. My doors and windows are open for more mentorship and to train more people to work better than me. Then secondly, you asked question about you are working on a project, if I'm right, education project funded by USAID, and you are just starting with not much experience. Please, can I have your contact? Yes, I have shared my contact with you, and what will I will advise you is that I think you are not being given that grant as an individual. If you can create a session for your own organization, our doors are open to conduct organization capacity building for your organization for free to ensure that you have succeed at the end of your implementation.
All right, thank you very much for that response, Umar. In addition to sharing your phone number, I'm sure a lot of attendees will also like to connect with you on social media. So kindly share with us your social media handles, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, and just drop it in the chat room.
All right.
Do we have any other questions from our attendees today? If you have a question, please raise up your hand and then let's take it. All right. In the absence of any other question, I think we have to call it a wrap. It's been a great time hosting this session today. Mansur, you still want to speak?
There is one question on the chat. It's asking about the International Youth Conference. What's the name and when? More details about it.
Okay, Safe School Declaration Conference is coming up in Nigeria last week of October 2021. So in about 5 weeks, we are expecting that Nigeria will host the International Safe School Declaration Conference. And that is happening at the, I don't know, the venue has not been declared, but the virtual invitation is open for those people who wants to attend the virtual sessions. It's very open, and it's they even write a specific letter calling on all organizations that are interested to work on safe school projects to join and give their own personal contribution. I will share the link with you on WhatsApp. You can chat me up, and you will be able to register and participate during the conference.
All right, so thank you very much. With that, we have come to the end of today's edition of Leadership TV. On behalf of Yali Regional Leadership Center, Alumni Chapter of Nigeria, North Central Region, I want to say a big thank you to our special guest today, Mr. Umar Galadima, my bosom friend and buddy, for joining us today.
Thank you so much, Mayokun.
And also, you're welcome. And also a big thank you to all our attendees and participants. It's been a great time with you today. So as we normally do, we will be opening breakout rooms where you have an opportunity to meet other people on the call and get to chat with them, get to network, get to exchange contacts. That is one of our mandates at Yali. So once again, thank you all for joining, and see you all in the breakout.